Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the ETF2L Highlander Nations Cup number 5. We have Denmark versus Sweden in the high seed group, and it's going to be a very exciting match. Whoa! Sorry, I got an echo. As these teams are both completely even, and we have Cronk on production. He's going to try his very best. And then join me tonight is Raptor. So, Raptor, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm hyped for some sick Highlander because this is actually an important game. Seeing Sweden and Denmark fighting for who gets a second seed in the high seed group of the Nations Cup.
Yeah, I agree. It's a very important game. Not for that exact reason. It's mostly because, as a Dane, I would really hate it if they lost to Sweden. Like, the honor is way more important in this situation. But you are right. This will decide the second seed. But it's not nearly as important as beating those damn Swedes at anything. There's a long and complicated relationship between Denmark and Sweden. And Denmark and Sweden, they are the two nations in the entire world that have had the most amount of wars against each other. So, you know, it's complicated. And there's been quite a lot of things, but oh God, are they going to start? Can we not even go through rosters?
We're starting apparently, yeah.
All right. Well, we didn't start in time. So, yeah, here we go. Just going to see everyone get a whip to mid here. And we have Denmark in the red and Sweden in the blue, as it all should be. But for now, we're actually going to see a center going to go down first, but I'm just waiting for one team to just move across here. They're just waiting out right now, and they're not really doing anything. What should be the inciting incident here?
Yeah, both taking a really slow approach, but then Seal does a huge bomb and gets Dr. Phil and Cynthia down, their medic, which is a really important pick, and this basically decided the first mill for Sweden.
Yeah, that was a very crucial bomb right there. It's going to leave Denmark with an uber disadvantage and a very low team count. And they are all up now, of course, but they're going to make their way in there. There's a bit of some roster shakes up here on Denmark. It looks like they're just going to go in here very aggressively, seeing if they can get a force out. I assume they're just going for a force right now and just going to try and keep their medics safe. But, you know, you never know. They're actually going to cap the point here. Almost. So close. And Twisted even going down to toast. Kind of lying in last with a nice little air rocket there. That's going to take one more person down. And Denmark, they have way more players there. What happened there?
Yeah, this was really well played until they edged the points, so Sweden had to act and had to push into them with the Uber. The only thing that went completely wrong is that the medic died from Denmark, so now they're basically... Sweden has an Uber charge advantage again, which basically made this push completely useless.
Yeah, they did cap the point here, so it's not completely without merit right now. But Yippee going down there is a fire he was holding pretty far forward. Gets taken down by Twisted. It's gonna, you know, he will be fighting off against Cake. Cake so far has been pretty mediocre on sniper, but maybe this is gonna be game around. And Seal once again taking down the medic. RCA, I think was that Sintu, yeah, going down once again. So Denmark, they need to do a better job of actually taking care of their medic right now. But Sweden, they will cap this right away. Another snipe onto a sniper.
Yeah, Seal is doing a lot of work for Sweden right now, hitting those important shots onto the medic and killing him, which gives Sweden this important overcharge advantage. Again, Vani on that 100%. Denmark has to act and do something, because if this keeps happening and that their medic dies, they will just lose the point after Uber exchanges over and over again.
Yeah, when I say that Uber exchange, yeah, it's gonna come in here, taking the scout into the Uber. They take down 2 players. Cynthia will get out alive right this time around, unless she decides to die all of a sudden. And Cake take down Twisted as well. So this is actually looking pretty good for Denmark. Denmark, they just need to compose themselves and move forward right now. You see Toast behind lines again, takes down the engineer. Yeah, I think he was going for the medic, but still, these are just all picks in favor of Denmark, and they're just going to move forward right now and put time on the point. And there we go. They're actually going to cap it and take down the heavy. Great job.
Denmark actually gets a point without popping, which leaves Cynthia still at 100% left, while Vani is only at 60%. That was a great push. They just slowly pushed over the point and pressured out Sweden, so they didn't have to pop the Uber to get the point and basically have this frog leap effect, where Sweden would have had their Uber again and could have repushed.
Yeah, we even saw the medic getting caught out there by... it was eventually the spy that killed him, but it was actually Potato, the scout for Denmark. He has like weird Dortmund splash name, but it is Potato. Do not be fooled. Medic once again gets bombed right now, but this time around, Dr. Phil will actually get the crit scree off and take down a lot of players. He's going to do a lot of work right now, and the Scout is bumping into the Spy as well. So Vanny's very weak, and right now it's just Cake and Toast doing so much work for the Danish side. They just keep getting picks on the flank, and it's just really working out right now for Denmark. And they're holding the point, and they're about to be on equal time with Sweden, but they are holding the point.
Yeah, this is where your life matters now. Equal your situation. If you give the enemy team free picks, they will just be able to push without waiting until they have the Uber. Cake on that obvious sniper position on that rock where he just gets fully buffed, plays around the team. Very hard to deal with, especially with the Razorback. He's actually not running the Razorback. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, you know, it's about to get banned because of or it's about to get nerfed because of how good it is. But I can see Cynthia actually getting quite a bit pressured here and just gonna leave them.
Oh
no! Drops the crit streak right there to a clutch Scout. Toast finally does take down Giljack, but the damage has been done. And Sweden, they will take over the point. Dr. is actually gonna just jump in here, trying to get the medic, but he will not get him.
Yeah, Cynthia tried to hold the crit streak for very long, but was still really aggressive, so Sweden just pushed over and pressured her, so she had to fall back, but couldn't get out, and she got caught out eventually. Denmark had to either like initiate with the crits and try to force it, or play passive, which she didn't do, so Cynthia died.
Yeah, it was unfortunate there. And she's very weak already again. She's going to have to be very careful not to die right now. It looks like she has picked up a med kit. And actually, pretty even exchange right now coming in here. And Denmark, they're pushing forward, but they are losing quite a few players. However, they can afford to just take even trade because they have better spawners. As long as they don't lose their medic, this is actually pretty good. They actually get the counter Uber out from Vanny. And when I say counter Uber, I just mean Uber because there was no Uber on the Danish side. So great force there by Denmark.
Yeah, Cynthia's still on the crits, we'll have it now, so we need that demo account. Or will they crits the heavy? Oh no, she gets sniped by Twisted from the far right on concrete, not paying attention to the sniper side lane. And this is the first round going to Sweden.
Yeah, the crit streak was, I don't know, that wasn't even the crit streak that was the problem, it's just the Danish medic there died so many times to so many different things, and a couple of times when she was in crit streak, she just died because she couldn't pop Uber to save herself, so... You know, a pretty rough round there for Denmark. Definitely just seems like it was going to be like coming down to the medic. But let's see, last time around both teams were very slow. Toad's going to run behind. There you go. And Freaky would like to be the first one to die. That's no heavy. Or no NG, sorry. That's not nearly as bad. But Denmark, they have still lost a lot of players to coming in very early. And Vildex is about to come in from behind. Going to just find the medic here. Actually, doesn't quite get him. And he will get taken down by Yippee. But the Swedish team, they have moved forward quite enough here, and they even take down the medic.
Nice play by Senri, pushing over the point while the enemy team is distracted by the scout behind, killing the medic eventually, and dying to the enemy pyro at the end. Now Sweden will take this point again, and will have a full overcharge advantage to work with.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Like, you know, like how do you play this when you have the Uber advantage on the defensive team here? Like, how do you try to use this? Do you just try to find the enemy medic and Uber onto him, or do
you basically play it like in sixes. You play very passive, wait until they come aggressive, and eventually will either get forced or Kazul picks off the enemy medic. So Vani not getting any pressure, still has the 100%. Plays really smart, really far back. So there's basically no weight in forcing him.
Yeah, Toast failed didn't take down the sniper. And Denmark right now, they are just struggling so hard. They're pushing forward, and that snipe onto the heavy, that could open up a lot of avenues for Denmark. But I think they're about to lose this point very convincingly, and they're still on crit streak. It's kind of surprised me that you just keep on running it. You know, maybe they're just kind of trying to have fun here. You know, we see Falas on the direct hit and constant crit streak. You know, that does kind of smell like fun to me. But, you know, you can definitely still make this work. Step number one, keep your medic alive as the Denmark will push in here.
Yeah, padding those damage logs with the crit streak, but it didn't work out until now. Like, there wasn't one good crit so far. And it doesn't look like there is gonna be one again. As the sentry walks in and almost kills the medic, only 60 HP left. But Denmark will take control of the point back. So it's gonna be Uber versus crits. both at 90% right now. So let's see, will they do the same approach they did before? Play passive, try to bait out the Uber and then repush, or will they actually take the initiation this time?
Hacked like crazy there. I don't know how he saw the spy there, but he just like sniped him while he was invisible. I guess there was some shimmer when he was disguising. But either way, both spies are now being down, or been taken down, and Sweden they're trying to make their way across. But here comes the crit squeak, but the counter Uber in their face. Dr. Phil, he's not going to live very long, I don't think. Actually, he does do quite a lot of damage with that crit squeak. So, but Sentry's onto the medic though. Can he get him? Not quite. But oh yeah, Freaky almost died. But Sweden, they will take the point. But right now they're very weak. Potato will get taken down by a crits from the revenge critty thingy. I don't remember what that thing is called. But,
nice play by Yippee pushing back the enemy Uber, so his medic could actually survive even without having an Uber, only the crit streak ready. As Kazul picks the sniper and almost gets the enemy medic as well, but Yippee burns down his bicycle, so he has no knife to backstab her.
Yeah, that's going to leave a lot of space for Twisted, who goes to work immediately taking down the scout to begin with.
The crits!
Oh! Takes down 2 players, but Phil has been taken down, and so has the last. It's going to be Yippee, the spy, the Pyro Kritzkrieg, coming in, actually doing a lot of work right now. And there's only 2 players alive for Sweden, so that was very chaotic. Denmark lost the demo man, but otherwise that was a successful crit in my opinion.
Yeah, it was a really nice crits. A nice headshot by Twisted though, headshotting the enemy demo mid-air. Could have almost denied the whole crits, but his whole team almost just wiped.
Yeah, they got a little bit too aggressive there. Just walked into the crits, and there's some good sharing going on. Falas not hitting the fat air shot, but it's Yippee gets a nice reflect there, but the medic has gone down for Denmark, so a great suicide coming in here from Sweden. The soldier, the scout, and the demo man just jumping in there. All those really good classes just walking in there and getting the job done. Toast is still behind line. Can he save it for his team? Nope, he gets spotted. So not even that can save Denmark right now. They're going to need to do a lot of work with relatively little to show for it here. So they're just holding it, and Vanny's on 80%. So I think Sweden's about to come in right now.
Yeah, there was a really nice suicide, as Denmark is always holding behind this rock, being clustered up. So obviously jumping at them. Wow,
big snipe from Cake.
Great headshot by Cake. So now they will actually have struggle, as they don't have any heals anymore. Denmark just has to play this very passive, heal up and pressure them out without having any heals. 10 seconds left, this might be decided already. Vilcek really weak. They have a chance though, everyone is so weak right now.
Yeah, they're going for it, and they might actually cap it, but if they
laser
just cap
beams.
it, oh, yeah, this might just be it. Can we see some proper tracking right here coming out from the heavy? It looks like it is, and eventually Denmark will win this. So it took a while, but Denmark eventually able to come back here, and Kate with a really clutch snipe at the end, taking down Vanny with his Uber. It's going to be 1-1, so we have a game on our hands here.
Yeah, great play. Sadly, that suicide was very well done, but it didn't help at the end, and Sweden lost the round. So now it's going to be the demo v demo fight again. Phil actually slower this time, playing around his sniper this time. But let's see who's going to take the aggression on this middle. Thalash actually
Denmark's
hitting a
very
mini-crit.
Calicool will go down right away, and Seal going down as well to Thalash. So Denmark has won the right side of the middle, and that's going to be very convenient for them. And the scout is super aggressive, but getting taken down by the heavy right? Yeah, eventually. But Denmark, I think they've done enough damage. Just going through on that right side, just doing so much work for them, just outflanking the Swedish players. And my Danish boys, they're doing it. Everyone rejoice.
It's Kritzkrieg versus Kritzkrieg actually. This is going to be interesting. See who's going to initiate with their demo man first, and how this is going to play out.
Yeah, Flaw was dead, so he just respawned, and now he's on the cliff side here. And it has been popped on him. And so far, they haven't really done a whole lot, and he gets just sniped down. Really, oh my god, and the counter crits takes down the medic. So a complete disaster for Sweden. Just Denmark, they just need to make sure the medic doesn't die right now. And there's only Twisted alive who can actually make that happen. And Balash is in his face as well as a scout, so... okay, Potato will eventually go down. So we got a little bit excited there, but overall that was a great series of event for Denmark.
Yeah, Cake and Dr. Phil just destroyed this whole push single-handedly. Cake sniping the demo man who just got crit streaked, and Dr. Phil with that last crit sticky, killing like 3 people onto the enemy cliffside, including the medic. So now Denmark will have the crits advantage again. They don't have to do anything, they just have to play very passive. But they're taking a very risky approach again, holding behind this rock again. If Sweden decides to suicide again, RCA die again, might die again.
There's a lot of players bunched up right now for Sweden, so Denmark, if they want to, they can just crits out here. Okay, they have scattered a little bit now. I think Toast is just calling where they all are. So they're just waiting for it. Vanny slowly building his Uber. Is he actually on Uber this time, or is it?
Yeah, he's on Uber.
Okay, so 2 snipes coming out here. The Calicule will go down. That's not really a big deal. So right now, Denmark, they're just looking to find out. Like they need to snipe the medic, and here we go. They're actually going to try for it, and they get the scout. That's not the most crucial pick. And no, they will not get the medic. So now it's just an Uber advantage for the Swedish side. So, you know, yeah, at some point, Denmark, they have to kind of do something, you know. But they misjudged that one. They didn't really get anything out of it. So they're going to have to be careful. Here comes Uber from the Swedish side.
Yeah, they're chasing them behind the house. Vani got popped by the medic, I think, even though he was full HP. Maybe he just panicked a bit. And they're going behind this rock position again, and they're completely getting spammed down. Everyone is super weak. Only 4 people alive for Denmark. Still hiding behind this rock. Sweden is pressuring over them and just killing everyone.
Yeah, great snipes there from Twisted as well. As the heavy just mowing down everything. Very convincing push from out for Sweden. They're not going to let the Uber advantage go to waste. And we see Vanny just airing up everyone. So Denmark, they're going to keep on running this crit streak. I like this. You know, crit streaks, they force out action from a team. So that's pretty cool. It's a lot better when taking mid than holding mid. So I think, is that why people don't normally use it?
Yeah, it's way harder because the enemy team can just play very passive, wait for the Uber and then push against the enemy crit streak. It's way harder to get while defending that crazy crit sticky onto the enemy medic, killing him or even dropping him.
Yeah. Oh, Spy! Nice work there from Kasul. Actually makes it out alive. Great job there. Takes down Potato. Potato seems to me like he's struggling. He has quite a lot of points, but I've never really seen him be able to amount to anything here. So Toast gets caught out as well. And Denmark, you know, they have this crit streak now, but they're missing quite a lot of players, so they have to be careful. If they go too early, they're just going to get focused down by superior player numbers. And they are going to take it slow, just a little bit here. Is there anything such as forward holds in Highlander, or can you just not do that?
It's very hard because you could pressure like 9 or 8 people through one choke, and if there are only like 3 people because you have to split them up to 3 entrances,
yeah,
this is gonna be very hard. But the crit streak is coming out of Dr. Phil, getting the enemy the heavy, and Seal dies to the heavy as well.
Yeah, Dr. Phil, he's walking in right now, just doing a ton of damage as well. That's going to cause the enemy medic to be super weak, and I assume die. Flower is actually not dying. I'm very surprised by this, but so he's now going to walk forward and rain his own stickies in there. Kasul will take down Cake, so that's no sniper for Denmark. It's going to enable the Swedes to just walk forward with impunity from these sidelines, and Denmark, they will back off here. And Cynthia, once again, has to be very careful. If she goes too far forward, she's just going to run into an Uber, and Flower will actually just get W-1 by Yippee. Yippee doing his best pyro impression.
Soul Uber onto Scout and Highlander, very questionable. I don't like what Sweden does right now. They're trying to initiate with the Uber before the crits. Like, you have the point, you could just wait until they crits you and then push into them. There's no, like, you don't have to initiate the fight while you have the point. The time is ticking down for you. They have to do something.
Oh, and Toast even taking down Vanny. Here comes the crit streak. They're going to use it on Phil first, but right now he didn't really hit anything, and eventually the heavy's actually going to take one down. Oh my god. Gets 2. That's huge play from Kasul. Look how many dangerous players are down. This is really
and as they kept the point, now the spawn times are really long for them. There's basically, they can't hold this point at all. Look at their spawn times. Not even the medic is up yet, while Sweden is already pushing the point. Which means they can only hope for a hero play. Twisted actually killing the spy and not only dead ringing his dead ringer.
That's what you do with that, right? Oh my god. Sintra going down there, that's huge. Great pick there by Viljak. That's going to make things a lot more complicated for Denmark. Looks like they will not go back. They're just going to keep on going forward, but they have no heal, so they need to make this quick. Sentry going down, that's good for Denmark. putting time onto the point. But if Sweden recap this, it's just over. And oh my god, everyone just going down for Denmark. But no, as I say that, it's actually turning around. And Denmark, they take it pretty convincingly. And now it's Sweden that have to just dive onto it. Really clutch play here for Denmark. They are just so much better than the Swedes. And that's going to be 2-1 in favor of Denmark.
I think Sweden played this very impatiently. They had still had a few seconds, 8 seconds left on the point. They could have just let Denmark cap and then repush with the better spawners, but they decided to fight it instantly, have the way worse spawners and then wiped, and then they couldn't repush in those 8 seconds anymore, which meant that after capping the points, Denmark basically won the round.
Yeah, probably going a little too far. And it looks like Denmark, they're going to try to go for the right side again very aggressively. But this time around, they get stopped in. And here comes the Seal once again just jumping in. But this time around, he doesn't really find anything. Sinter doing a great job of staying alive right now. Denmark, like, slowly getting the upper hand. Flower going down. That's definitely going to be the call for Sweden to get out. Vanny doesn't get out alive. Gets sniped just in time there by Cake, and Dr. Phil jumping in, but he realizes halfway in there that he doesn't need to. And Seal in the connector, completely caught out. And yeah, he's going to get triple teamed and taken down. So great mid from Denmark. Oh, but Phil gets taken down. That's a consolation prize at least. No sticky traps, no like sources of damage. This is Uber, right? It's not Crits. Oh, it is Crits Creek.
It is
taken down the demo. Yeah.
Yeah, this middle was decided really quickly. Cake instantly outsniped Twisted and killed him. And Sweden didn't go aggressive at all, which meant Denmark could just play very passive with their sniper and let him slowly kill everyone.
Yeah, I think Denmark just waiting for Dr. Phil to come back before they Crits Creek onto them. And Sweden, they have just gotten this, and I think they're about to go in here with Dr. Phil. Yep, here we go. Crits Creek has been popped, but no kills so far. Gets one there, takes down Flower, so no Demo Man. That's a pretty good pick, and it's heavy as well. But the last going down to Kasul, this is looking like a very close fight right now. Denmark, they're putting time onto the point. And it looks like they will actually force Sweden out here, and I think they just want to preserve their medic here and go in with their Uber.
Yeah, they got all the combo class of the crits except Vanny, who survived and now has his Uber, which makes them able to repush. So now they have to just watch out for Cake, not getting that sniper sideline onto the enemy medic.
This is actually really good timing as far as the Danish Uber crits situation go, because here comes the Uber, and if Cynthia survives this, she'll have a Crits Creek to re-crits onto them. So this timing could be very good for Denmark, and Vildek going down here, and 2 players actually going down to Cake would be very strong. And yeah, Denmark and Sweden, they're kind of trading evenly right now, and Denmark, they don't have the points, so that means that they're going to be better. Seal, however, is hiding. Oh, he gets caught out himself. So this is actually looking pretty good for Denmark. They lost the point for a little while, but I think they should be able to retake it very quickly, assuming Phil can hit his stickies here. Oh, and here they come. It's gonna get down Flower once again. So just immediately taking down Flower seems to be a theme with these Crits Creeks. However, this time that's the only person they get. And this is kind of a back and forth going on. And like Denmark being able to keep this back and forth going while they're running Crits Creek, that's pretty good. The Pyro's essentially might go down here.
Yeah, I want to see another approach of Sweden this time. Every time they pop the Uber instantly coming out from cliff and Uber into them. And they're doing the same thing again. This Uber won't achieve anything. And Sinetri will just have a Crits Creek ready again. Viljak overextends, dies again. And Sweden might not be able to even get the point this time with that Uber.
Yeah, it's heavy on the point, getting folks down really hard. Eventually goes down there, just gets bombed from every direction.
Great airshot by Thalash onto Seal.
Oh, I missed that one, but I'll take your word for it. As everyone just seems to dive bomb onto the Danish medic. They do eventually get her, but you know the rest of the Danish team is up, and Vanny died as well. So this is not as bad as it could have been. And as a Potato, actually in a bit of a tear right now, on a 5K. And oh, come on, man.
Oh,
they changed map.
Damn it. That had to be on purpose though. Like, there's a command now which makes you unable to switch the map until they're 90 seconds over. So somebody had to be very salty. The PJ salt.
So, I mean, if we can't see it, we just have to make it up. Like, so what could cause the Swedes to be so salty that you just ended the server right away?
Because they lost. I wouldn't be happy with a loss. But they always did the same thing against the crits. They never switched something up, and always like either they got the point and instantly got recrits on, or they didn't achieve anything. They walked over a cliff, dropped down from the rock, instantly popped, tried to chase them, but their medic Sinetri was already so far back that they couldn't catch her at all. In the first round, it still worked because the medic was holding really far forward, but when they realized the mistake, they instantly switched and held the medic always close to the choke, almost from their spawn. So the Uber didn't achieve anything from Sweden's side.
Yeah, let's look at some logs here. So the logs do indeed confirm that Denmark won 3-1, and let's look at it here. I'm not sure we can get it on stream, but we can definitely talk about them.
So yeah, obviously Denmark won that round, otherwise it wouldn't have been over. So 3-1 was the end score of product. And I see Dr. Phil obviously with huge damage with that crit, 656 deepen, dropping 15,000 damage.
Yeah,
and after that, instantly his sniper with 427 DPM. Cake doing a lot of work for his team and dying way less than Twisted actually.
Yeah, that's pretty huge. I kind of wonder if we look at the Toast stats. I feel like he probably killed him a whole bunch. That's usually the spy's job.
Yeah, Toast does a great job in that aspect, always pressuring the sniper. You can never feel comfortable because you just know Toast will be somewhere and he will try to headshot you.
Yeah, Toast killed him 7 times and Cake actually killed him 8 times. So Cake actually out-sniping him quite a bit. I think, let's see, where is he Twisted? He killed the sniper 1 time. Yeah, so Cake out-sniping Twisted quite a bit here in the sniper v sniper duel, and then helped significantly by Toast as well. So, that's definitely one key to the Danish defense, but then also what you said with Sweden not really being able to adapt quite well enough. So, based on what we saw in the first map, how do you think the second map will go?
Ooh, this is very hard because now it's gonna be a 5 CP map, which will mean that crits might not work that well anymore because it's not CoF. You don't have the timer which pressures you to go like aggressive into the crits. You can just play passive, wait for Uber, and then push into them. But hopefully not the same thing will happen with Sweden just popping instantly, being scared of that sniper sideline, of Vanny dropping, and then not achieving anything with the Uber.
How good would you say sniper is on this map in Highlander? In 6 is a pretty good sniper map, but how does it stack up compared to Viaduct in Highlander?
Yeah, it's also a very good sniper map because you can roll out from big doors or choke and still have a lot of sightlines onto the enemies. It always depends from where they push and how they want to push. Do they push instantly onto the right side or do they push over the point?
Right. Yeah. You kind of talked to me a little bit about this earlier before we went live, but Denmark seems to have more 6v6 players on their team. Do you think that's going to be like an advantage? Because normally when we see these Highlander teams, there's a lot of 6s players, and they tend to have a better grasp of like the flow of 5 CP maps than they do other game types. But do you think that's going to matter at all, or do you think the Swedish team are just so like experienced that it doesn't matter?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. If you have a grasp and know how to play this map in 6s, you also probably know where to stand when it's when it's played in a Highlander. You know your positioning, where to stand passively, when to play aggressive. So I think that matters actually more than people think. But what I also think is on this map, the flank will play a more important role because it's just a big door area. There are a lot of flanks where you can just... It's very important that your flank stays alive and their flank can't get through.
Yeah, we saw a couple of times, at least on one very prominent mid where it was featured, where the Danes kind of broke through on the right side. I think we saw Seal jump for the medic quite a lot, and he obviously got her quite a bit. So you can't really complain too much about it, but it was definitely clear to me that the Danes seemed to focus more on the flank and have like a strong integral flank that would not like falter. So, maybe that's going to be a big advantage on this map, or maybe the Swedes are going to adjust to it and play it differently. Maybe it's just on Viaduct where they don't really think it's important to have a flank because of how narrow the map is. It's difficult to tell, but, it's definitely something to keep your eyes on because this big door is like a great area where you can always like run a scout or a spy or something behind, right? And obviously the sniper has a really nice sightline in big door, so if you can like push the enemy team back, he can probably go in there and get a nice sightline, maybe take down the enemy medic. So yeah, like do you ever see people push through the choke in Highlander?
Yeah, you push through the choke. It always depends, like, do you have the overcharge advantage and do you have the space? It basically works in sixes. If you have the space and choke, you can walk through, and then there's no choke at all anymore. So you have a lot of free space. The only thing you obviously have to watch out is, like, as in sixes, the sniper, which is going to be here permanently. So you're always going to be aware of it. Sniper being on top or at the shutters, trying to snipe you when you come through choke.
Yeah, the few games I've seen on Golly Wars, I seem to always like spot the pattern of there would be like people who was holding very close to choke, and then the rest of the team, because like say they had like a small uber disadvantage, or like there was like a man down or something, and then the medic would be up top or something. It's very often that you actually see people get completely stranded in choke just alone. If it's like a heavy, he just can't run away, and that seems to happen so much, at least from the games that I've spotted. So in that sense, you can actually walk through the choke despite it being a lot more choky than big door, which is a big door, as opposed to a choke.
What I also think is going to be interesting is how Denmark will use crits. Will they run it like permanently like they did on Viaduct, or will they switch to normal Uber and fight Uber versus Uber? Or maybe Dr. Phil just feels way more comfortable playing with that crits advantage, trying to force the enemy Uber and repush it. It obviously worked really well on product, but obviously on 5 CP you have way less pressure as the clock is not ticking down.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot less incentive to push on 5 CP in a lot of ways. Like if you just want to hold back, like both teams can just kind of take it slow and try to play around snipers, or send in the spy, or send in bombers and roamers and that kind of stuff. Like you could even send in a demo man. Demo man is not nearly as important as normally. Like for holding a choke, you can still do it without a demo man if it's just your demo man that dies and nothing else, right?
Yeah,
it's just one player. Obviously, he's still very important. It's just like you can do things if he just sees like the opening. Like if you can get the medic to pop, then it's gonna be worth it, regardless of him being an important player, because the medic is the most important player, and the Uber's an incredible ability.
Yeah, demo is going to be really important on this map like it is on product, and obviously sniper is always important in Highlander, so if you have the better sniper and better demo playing around the same like team level, then you should win.
Yeah. Falas is spreading a lot of love in chat right now, and I think it's unacceptable. As we all know, the Swedes are dirty dogs that need to be vanquished from this earth. But either way, we are going live. So let's see how they take these meds. You talked about they can take like either side, right?
Yeah, you can take either side, and I'm curious if the demo will both run. Yeah, they're both going choked, so none of them will be on big doors.
Yeah, let's see. Looks like Denmark will take their own side with the demo man, but they actually have 3 players very aggressively on both sides. Denmark, they're very spread out, but they're also being very aggressive. They're pretty interesting players. Sweden, they have just taken their own side, and Denmark eventually also just take their own side. And Denmark actually putting time onto the point, but here comes the NG from the side, decide to run back out. Oh, but there we go. Medic going down to Twisted. It's going to be very crucial. And Viljak doing a ton of work right now. And I think that's going to be it for Denmark's mid.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Denmark didn't win this middle. They had a lot of point control and Sweden was really clustered up. I think Denmark had to go even more aggressive into them and punish them for being so clustered up and taking the same damage.
Yeah, Twisted kind of went nuts on that mid though. He got 3 nice picks, and that's going to be the 4th one. Out-sniped the sniper Toast. You know, that's like a mini sniper. And Sweden, they're going to move forward here onto second, and Denmark, they don't look like they can really put up much of a fight.
Yeah, Seal already controlling the top, but taking a lot of damage, and Thalish will actually pick him off. So Vanny played really passive in big doors, so he couldn't get sniped by Cake being on top. So they still have that advantage. I'm curious if they're gonna push it or if they're gonna play it very safe.
Like, what would the advantage be of not pushing on it? Like when you have an advantage, like now they just lost 2, so obviously you could argue about not pushing. But why would you not push though when you have advantage? I don't understand that sentiment.
Well, maybe they didn't count properly and thought they had a slighter advantage, because if you check, Sintier is already at 90%. Maybe they thought they were like building or already just having not such a big advantage. So now they're obviously gonna have it like very safe in big doors and trying to get the force out of the enemy medic with suicides and the sniper sidelines. So I think this is gonna be a longer stalemate.
Yeah, how would you set up here as an engineer on when pushing, like setting up as the aggressive team? Like you want a teleporter obviously somewhere, but you can also put in like things in lobby, or you can put it outside. Like how do you actually do that?
Yeah, what my engineer actually like to do is actually go level 3 sentries and just build a level 3 sentry in big doors, so it's even harder for them to push out if they get a few picks and want to push on that advantage.
Yeah, I've also seen a lot of NGs put like a dispenser inside on the stairs. Yeah, that's what Calicool has done here before he gets taken down. I guess this is a good excuse to go back and build a teleporter at spawn.
Just wants to die so he's faster to spawn, building his entrance.
Yeah, that's just good play. So we actually have a bit of that was actually a V-Tech on the point.
Oh my!
Oh my
wow,
God,
that was so close.
Oh my God, he popped. That was a panic pop if I ever saw one. That was bad pop. Yeah, sometimes medics will just pop and when they see the point is about to be capped, but that was a very bad pop by Cindy.
What was that? They almost just all died, walked through main, didn't see anyone from Sweden, so they thought it was clear, but they were all just standing on the stair. So I'm actually curious if Sweden paid attention and noticed that they popped. Otherwise their Kazul would have to check it. Because it doesn't seem like they know that they have a full charge overcharge advantage right now. Like Wheeljack goes for suicide and Seal as well. I don't think they paid attention.
Right. They didn't like that's how bad that Uber was. They just didn't even think about it. They didn't see it either. That's pretty funny.
That's very unfortunate.
Toast takes down Twisted as well. So Toast is just behind lines, so spawn camping right now, being annoying, and that's just kind of what he does. Like Toast is so good at doing this, and he's actually that's an exit that he spotted. So it's a spy on spy duel, and eventually he'll just dead ringer away, and we will have achieved nothing from that whole fight. But yeah.
So now it's equal Uber again as Sintier slowly build up the Uber again, and they're in Victors right now. They want to take the point from top because the whole team from Sweden is holding in Victors. So if they just touch the point, they have to go aggressive and go onto the lower ground. They're actually going awful lower. They're pushing into last, getting forced into main.
Yeah, they're gonna run into a sentry that's wrangled and everything though. So Denmark, they will get back in time, I believe. The Pyro all the way into spawn, but he's super weak, so probably not gonna get anything. Oh, nope.
It was a nice idea, but very badly executed, and Team Denmark really paid attention really fast, instantly counter-Ubering onto last back.
Yeah, Seal in main, gonna take down the sniper. Great job by him. So Denmark, they were a bit overextended right there. Like Phil just ran out alone, got backstabbed. Then the sniper was alone, got taken down by a soldier. So this is looking very messy for Denmark. And this spy above the point is just blocking it for so long that maybe everyone from Sweden can actually get in time, but they decide not to.
Yeah, so now Team Denmark actually has a slight advantage, and I hear a conch, so they want to push this non-Uber versus non-Uber, going through big doors, instantly pressure, but nice Sharadi, Telash already weak with his conch. So they try to pressure up this right side and getting spammed down a lot. They can't walk up really right now, they're just getting completely shut down and they are on the lower ground right now. Yeah,
they're trying their best and they're not backing off either, but like at some point they're just going to have to realize that they can't walk off this small point, and now they're getting
nice Girardi.
Yeah, that was a money Girardi. Like I've never seen so many people pissed on at the same time, and Seal even wins a 1v1 against Thalas, so they're going to have to back off here, despite having an Uber, but neither team decide to use it. And Denmark, I think they just stayed in a bit too long. Seal jumps in through choke and does the biggest pencil jump I've ever seen. And yeah, Kazul will be the only one going through this choke. And Denmark, they contested the choke and now they just kind of backed off a little bit as well. So they saved that situation pretty well. And Kate will go down here to the spy. But overall, Denmark, they were in a pretty bad situation and they came out somewhat even here. But now there could be a lot of pressure in Victor.
Yeah, they planned to push with the conch and then have the Uber already from middle, but it didn't work out as they planned. That Salash got Sharadi on and instantly was really low, so he couldn't jump up. Now they're taking these big doors very slowly with their sniper, and their sniper is like not close to them at all right now. They just have to pay attention to the Sharadi hitting actually Vani, so he's very dangerous. He can get easily popped right now.
Yeah, he's actually going down there. And the Uber comes out from Denmark first. It was only slightly before. So it's a pretty even Uber in Big Door, and I think both teams just kind of backed off here as Denmark Seal. Oh no, that was his own joke. Never mind. So Denmark once again just backing off, and now just a matter of which team can build faster. And so far, Sweden is doing a lot better job. But yeah, like, do you favor Sweden having midpoint here, or is it just pretty even, like it's 0-0?
And I would say it's pretty even. No one has really control of the game right now, as Twisted outsnipes Cake, so now they have to do something with their sniper. Let him get an angle from somewhere. Toast actually gets picked off as well, so he won't have the counter sniper anymore. So now they do the same thing they did last time, taking Big Doors very slowly with their sniper, trying to give him a sideline onto an important pick.
Yeah, Twisted. Oh, okay, actually Vanny will pop in here and Cynthia almost didn't get her Uber, but got it just in time, and Flaw will actually get caught in there by Phil. Phil doing so much damage with Sticky right there. And they lose their soldier, and Phil will go down as well, so Denmark's slowly losing ground here. It's a Swedish player just coming through Big Door, but they backed off a little bit there. I don't think they quite realized how much of an advantage they had. But slowly they're making their way forward, and now we have the Pyro flank, the fat Pyro flank. This Pyro and Pyro action, the derpiest fight in the game. And it looks like the Swedish Pyro Sentry will win that fight, and Denmark, they have backed off all the way to last.
Cynthia actually Ubered Kazul, and he backstabbed Thalash, and Cynthia got the assist onto his own team. You know, that's how you farm points.
Yeah, that's true. That's just good play. That's Thalash gonna die anyway, right?
Thalash overextending, but actually getting a pick onto Seal, so a nice trade, not going out in a negative.
Yeah, do we have any banners on any soldiers? That seems like an obvious thing to do. Of course they just died, what am I talking about?
Yeah.
Like, will they spawn with banners, is what I'm looking for at this point. Looks like the rest of them are just in forward spawn. Seal is not on a banner, and
Thalash is on a contra, trying to build it up. The plan with banners, what we often did in my Highlander team, was get the banner, Uber exchange, and then re-push with the banner, so you have an advantage over them. But right now, Thalash first has to build it, and it's way harder to do this if you're in a defensive position. Because if it's 9 versus 9, you're very likely to get backcapped if everyone pushes out.
Yeah, he can basically just stand on this balcony and probably hit some players, but unfortunately, he doesn't get. You don't build banner from hitting buildings, so that's a bit unfortunate. It's you know, it's also super difficult for spies to actually do anything here in this situation. At least for the blue spy in this situation. Like, where do you go that you can get someone? Looks like he's actually getting ready to sap the sentry gun. That's a good start to any push. And the Twisted actually goes down, so the sniper has gone down, and I think we can say for certain that the last basically has his conscious. He bumps into
Azul gets actually caught out while standing on the sentry. I think Thalash just wanted to pick up the health kit and bumped into him. Now he pops the conch. See what they want to do. Do they want to push out or just go for a suicide with the conch?
Oh,
and Thalash gets just meat shot by Volchak because he's just standing in main looking at him.
Yeah, I really do like using your conch in through main, because when you do that, it actually reaches up through the floor, and the people above you are affected as well. So that's a pretty cool push-up. But I guess they were just talking about it, like trying to coordinate it, and then the villager was like, nope, you can't do that, and then he killed him. So he gets to start over. So Toast is on the point right now, just trying to...
Toast was distracting, seeing if he can turn some ice around so his team might have a easier chance trying to get a play onto the enemy team. Seal goes for a suicide, but the sentry...
Sneaky. It's gonna lose a 1v1 to an NG. That's embarrassing. Makes it out, okay.
Oh, he actually gets out. Wow, the enemy heavy is really aggressive. Peeking a shutter, almost dying to the sticky trap. So now they're taking top, and they're really close. They go for an Uber, but this is gonna be a garbage. Oh my god, Cynthia actually gets caught up because she tries to walk out top left instead of from main. And the scout catches her. And she flashes Kazul again, almost backstabbing Talash again. Oh, that would be hilarious.
Nice try, Sintu, but not twice, I guess. Talash has learned. Sintu hasn't, but Talash has learned. As, yeah, it was a pretty even, slight advantage for Sweden, but actually, there's another banner, it seems like.
The back cap.
Yeah, that was the back cap you were talking about. It's so dangerous, and Flower will actually get caught out as well, so the banner is really doing work right here, and still some people in the water that Denmark need to flush out, and it looks like they have done just that.
Yeah.
Oh, it should still be a pretty perilous push out here for Denmark.
Yeah, this is gonna be hard now, because if they don't get the point anytime soon, Sweden will have his respawners, and if they die on second, this might be dangerous to Sweden having an easy push onto last. But only the scout from Denmark goes onto the point, no one else pushes out, and he instantly gets fragged by Viljak. Viljak actually going super aggressive and forcing the medic! Wow, great play by Viljak.
Yeah, that was a really good play, and even going down there, he was just too far forward there, just not really quite timing it right and going down. Yeah, I really have to be critical. Kazoo's on the point right now. Sap the sentry, here comes the push in. Just stands on the point right now. The heavy is really far in, but they need to kill this heavy. They do kill the heavy, so 2 scouts on the point, but no, eventually Sweden will get this first one. Off of a lot of misplays from the Danish medic there, I feel like is that fair to say that was the biggest?
I'd say Viljak did more than having Sintir making a mistake. Viljak just pressed his W key as hard as he could and walked into the medic's face through the pyro and getting her low to like 10 HP. Like, Viljak basically won that push for Sweden.
Yeah, the plus 46 there, that's just how many times he presses the plus forward, I suppose. It looks like this week they will take their own side and Denmark will do the same. But they're just immediately Twisted, just winning this mid for his team, it seems. At the very least, he's doing the exact same thing as he did before. Dr. Village is going to jump in very aggressively. He tries to get down the medic, but does not get him. And yeah, clear mid to Sweden.
There are 3 players behind Sweden right now. I don't know why Vanny actually peaks so aggressive behind. Yippee, no one noticed. Oh, Yippee gets noticed and instantly killed. So there's only Thalash left, who's probably gonna spawn camp Kazul, but he has a dead ringer.
Yeah, so dead ringer, he can just run around forever, right? I hate that unlock so much. So he'll actually catch out Cake once again. He's been really good at doing this so far. Just keeps on hitting him and getting him in a unexpected position. And now Sweden, they have 2 players up. They have an uber advantage, so surely they're gonna push in here.
Yeah, Cake tried to snipe down River, but Seal was hiding in a corner, just waiting for him to do that, predicting it perfectly. And Sweden now has a full charge uber charge advantage with 50% still advantage. They can still wait a bit, but they have to act, and they're pushing through main onto top right. Yippee doing a great job denying the uber.
And the Machina ensuring the sniper pick. That's pretty funny. And Cake actually gets another one. There's a pyro on the point. You know, he can airblast people away.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was dangerous.
That was very close. Essentially almost clutching a push by himself, but getting picked off at the end when there's like 1/10 of the points still left to cap.
Yeah, you know, airblast is really good, but when there's like 5 players shooting at you, there's only so much you can do. It's actually a soldier hiding in the corner here. And so Denmark, I don't know if they realize, and Phil actually goes down to Kelly Cool, who's just walking forward, and Seal, he has found, I think he has been found out, and he's just going to spam up right now, and he's very weak. And yeah, eventually goes down to toast. So Denmark, they retake this, they have the uber advantage, and they're getting ready to push out. Where do you think they're going to go from?
They're going through choke already. Oh wow, that was such a bad pop by the medic. No one was close at all. There was only the sticky trap, which brought her down to low HP. But getting at least the heavy and the sniper down. Actually, and Toast picks up Vanny. Wow, that was clutch, because Vanny was so close to Uber and they could have repushed onto second. And now we're probably gonna be on a stalemate for last again.
Yeah, Denmark do crucially have the Uber advantage, but
Viljak. Wow. Viljak pressed his W key as hard as he did before, but this time he can't clutch it.
Yeah, you know, once again, I'll just mention that Denmark has the most delicious team in all of these Highlander Nations Cup. Like, we have cake, we have potato, we have toast, like we have it all. And I don't know what a Sintu is, but we have that too.
So Kazul is just 1v1ing Thalash on middle, trying to win it, and Thalash might actually both die. What a great 1v1.
Nice. This is classic.
So Denmark should push soon. They only have a 40% advantage. If they don't act soon, they won't have the Übercharge advantage. And they're not in the lead right now. It's 1-0 for Sweden. They're actually pushing for River.
Yeah, Toast about to come in here onto the Sniper. Yeah, gets him as well. So Sniper down. That's really good. And Denmark, they're putting time onto the point right now. And they're not really losing too many players. And it's a clusterfuck on the point. But looks like just in time, Vanny's going to get his Uber. But Denmark, they might re-push here. No, I think they're just a little bit too far out, and they lost their medic as well. But Toast, no, sorry, Potato.
Oh my god!
Jumps onto it. Wow.
Very clutch by the flank from Denmark with Thalash and Potato clutching the situation, killing the people of the point, walking onto it, and capping the last bit. So yeah, this was almost crucial because they didn't push fast enough. Vanny got his Uber off and could almost save the round, but. Thank God for the Denmark's flank.
Yeah, let's see if they can not get sniped by Twisted once again. Twisted has basically won both of these mids for Sweden. So Yippee will go up very aggressively and just get taken down instantly. And that's not going to help at all. But the scout has gone down and Twisted once again takes down Cake. So now Twisted's going to have free reign basically. However, Toast has also done a lot of work in Denmark. They're pushing forward. They're putting a lot of time on the point, but the Seal is behind lines actually, and the Engineer's coming behind as well. And Denmark, they just get completely split apart on this mid, and another strong mid for Sweden. They lost one player.
Yeah, Kazul was already waiting behind the enemy line, waiting for the enemy medic to back out, and he instantly killed her. So now Sweden has the full Übercharge advantage again. So see from where they will go this time.
Yeah, it failed when they went through main, so perhaps they're going to go through Riverside, or maybe they're going to go through Shutters. It's a lot of opportunities and different options that you can go through. Looks like they're going to take a scout through the Shutter and then run into a Heavy and a Pyro. So far the Pyro has not really done too much except take damage, and there we go, he finally goes down. And actually a lot of players going down right now for Denmark and Sweden. But Vildek's on the point, and he's basically going to cap it. Wow, that was a very strong push coming out from Sweden.
Yeah, well played by Sweden. That's like a general push. You take the scout, the demo, and the Pyro, just in case an enemy Pyro wants to deny you. Your Pyro can push him away.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like seeing two Pyros air blasting each other. It's basically like the biggest retard fight of nothing you'll ever see in TF2. They just blast each other away, but when there's another Uber in there, it obviously works. So Denmark, they're playing on the low ground right now, and they're just doing the crab strat, they're just staying down there. And yeah. So far, it's actually, they have one pick, but...
I don't like what they're doing at all. It's the same middle again. They're all going big doors, they're getting not up anywhere, they're on the low ground, and just getting spammed. They're always hit but Twisted with the Sharadi, so they are just completely weak every time. And now they're getting picked off slowly again, but Bunny died actually. So they might actually repush with this Uber, but I don't think they will have time yet.
Yeah, it's gonna work. Yeah, look at that. But Viljak's coming in from behind. He's gonna go for the sniper at first, but the medic will pop, actually a pretty decent pop right there. Makes sense when the enemy medic is down. Vanny's gonna have a tiny advantage going into this, but Denmark actually did it. The crab strat is too strong. They just stayed on the low ground.
I have no clue how that worked.
Yeah,
I guess Cake had to go huge from that big doors. They just protected him like a little baby, and then he just fragged everything apparently.
Yeah, but like that's the thing with the crab strat. It doesn't make any sense, but you just win anyway because you just stand down there. Because who stays down there? You know, Viljak once again just +4s there and dies this time around. And they actually have a scout and a pyro from Denmark get caught in. And now they're behind the rock.
Oh wow. Nice dodging by Potato, actually getting out alive without
he ran the gambit
killed by
Flower. The same. They don't know he's there actually, so maybe he gets like
he's still there, yeah. Oh, he will be caught out by Kazul now.
Oh, well, he found a spy. That's pretty good, right? Eventually gets taken down. So, yeah, he wasn't fast enough. You know, Pyros, they're just a little bit too fat to actually make it out there. And you go through that, and you will eventually get taken down. Toast, of course, is behind lines, sniping people.
So yeah, Denmark has to do something. There are 8 minutes left, and they're 2-1 behind right now, behind Sweden. And the heavy from Denmark is actually peeking with the Fist of Steel, seeing if anything is close, not taking any damage with those fists out.
Oh, Soda's in though. He might get the medic.
Bill is also in. Not hitting the pipes, and Vanny still being one. Vanny actually getting popped, but was it really worth it? They lost 5 people for that pop, and
yeah, at the very least, things are now happening. Denmark, they're retreating really far back, but it looks like they're going to have to recap mid instead of going in onto second. So yeah, arguably not worth it, but you know they did break the stalemate in that now things are happening. So you know. Perhaps a good play, perhaps not. Sending in 5 or losing 5 was probably overkill, but you know things are happening as the Soda comes in here from the side. It actually goes down. Sweden sending in players like that seems kind of careless when you know you're trying to play passive.
They're so passive. I want to see Denmark just taking middle without actually popping the Uber. Like Sweden is already out. Like they didn't even have to pop. Vanny only at 70%, so they have to push fast. Otherwise, Vanny will have his Uber in time, and it's just going to be another stalemate, which is in the favor of Sweden because they're in the lead.
Yeah, Denmark going through big door right now. Falash is on 2 HP, so he's not going to be very helpful on the flank. So the Danish flank could collapse here. But Denmark, they're going in through the big door now, and the Ubers are now even. So here comes Uber from Denmark, and unbeknownst to them, Sweden have it, or maybe they do know. But either way, they are forcing the issue right here. Here comes the Swedish Uber in, and the Scout and the Pyro do their best to get the medic. Eventually, they do take her down, but yeah, okay, that was pretty good. Vanny's still alive, barely. And Denmark, you know, they're just walking forward here. And actually, oh, Toast got Vanny eventually.
Yeah, this was a really great push by Sweden, though. They knew that Denmark didn't expect them to already have Uber, so they dropped down with a single Uber onto their Scout and made them flash a lot. And people died, and it was only the medic in and the Pyro anymore, so they got caught out as well. Sadly, then Vanny died to 3 people suiciding for him.
Yeah, the explosive classes right now for Denmark doing so much work here. Sweden were trying to cap mid, but they all just got turned into Gibbs instead. And now they're going to go into this choke, and it's going to be very difficult for Sweden to actually do anything about it. See some people in forward spawn, but no. Twisted going down there to Toast. That's very important for Denmark's security while pushing in here. And now they could actually push last with a tiny advantage, maybe.
Yeah, I want to see Toast actually checking the Uber charge percentage, and I think that's what he just did. So they should know that they at least have a slight advantage. See if they can push on it. I think they're gonna go for main again. Yeah, they will go for main with Scout Demo, and they're instantly pressuring the medic, which what you have to do. Vanny was really aggressive, but doesn't get hit at all. Potato is just beefing his shots completely. The cap time starts by Thalash, but instantly getting picked off by Heavy. And Vanny doesn't even have to pop, he's 91%. Toast is under, and this was a complete fail push.
Yeah,
I don't want to call out anyone, but Potato missed the important shots onto the medic, and Vanny just still on 150 health after the complete Uber was over.
Yeah, especially seeing how far forward Vanny was. Like, I don't think his positioning was particularly good during that Uber. Like, he should have seen it coming, and he apparently didn't, but he made it out alive. So, you know, maybe Potato missed a few shots there. However, there's still 4 minutes left, so Denmark, they can definitely make a push in here. They're only down by 1 point, and 4 minutes, that's plenty of time, even on Gollywash in Highlander. But let's see how they actually do this. As Vanny has the Uber advantage, Sweden, they could push or they could not, and either would be fine plays right now.
Wow, great charade by KGN, hitting everyone in big doors, and they just denied the whole push.
Yeah, I've never seen so many people. I think I said this already.
Yeah. So many great charade plays on this map. Like, I didn't know that snipers like to use it so often on this map, but apparently it's super effective.
Yeah, like when people play together and move as a team, apparently you can just like hit one crucial area, and you know, it's just like you have like a banner against them. So it's a great job here, but Denmark pushing in through big door, trying to make a move. Yeah, and the back cap going on, they lose 3 players. It's looking very bad, and Yippee overextends as well, just walks into the heavy fire right there. And Dr. Phil, he's going to have to be Ubered on it. Oh my god, look at that. He actually got 2 players. That's really huge by Dr. Phil. He's still very much too far forward, I think. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get out alive. There's nice pipes from Flower. Yeah, triple pipes and easy.
Yeah, Vilcek gets the enemy medic as well, but only 3 people alive for Sweden right now. So they have to play this very carefully. They're gonna back out to last, trying to save the last overcharge advantage. And Vanny really well played. Doesn't go out through main. Talas tried to flank him for lower. Gets out alive with a 30% advantage.
Let's see how Denmark plays it. They have 3 minutes now, so that's still plenty of time. But obviously, the faster you push, the faster, like the more push.
The more chances you have, yeah. But something has to happen. Someone has to go for a clutch play, and it has to happen because Benny has the overcharge advantage. Now, I don't think Sweden will push out of this last anymore. They will park the bus for these last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So something has to happen. Either a good Uber trade or big play by one of the Denmark's players.
We'll see how Denmark approaches this, as Vanny is basically playing inside of his own spawn. He's just taking 0 risk right now. He doesn't want to get backstabbed. Because that would be a disaster, and it's going to be very difficult to bomb that as well. But the heavy going down there from Denmark, or from Sweden, that's going to be a very huge pickup from Denmark. They could actually just push in right now, and I think they might just do just that. So Phil has found the sentry gun as well. He's going to try to take it down, but no, it's wrangled, and it's a crit. That's one way to go about it. I didn't expect that at all, and I'm sure Sweden didn't either. But unfortunately for Denmark, they didn't really hit anything with that crit streak.
Yeah, but it doesn't. They don't have to hit. Vanny got forced, so now they have the crits advantage. Now they just have to build it. 1 minute 40 seconds left. They can easily get a crits or even 2. And Vanny is not building any Uber, so he will have a big Uber charge disadvantage. And who's capping the point? What? Oh my god, Potato just caps the point! Where were the sticks?
Oh my god. He might have failed that first one, but wow.
He might have completely missed every shot on a medic, but I think that's how you just save
redeem yourself. Yeah. So Denmark just need to not completely beef this mid once again, like they've done so many times, and we will be into an overtime situation. So let's see what happens here if Denmark can not lose. They're doing the crab strat again. It looks like just playing themselves on the low ground and waiting for people to go down there into their embrace. But this is the very passive mid where you try not to lose your medic, and that's probably smart.
They're playing passive because Sinitri is on the crit streak while Vanny is on the overcharge, so they will have the overcharge advantage. They're already close to the crits, and I think Vanny's super passive. He's already victorious, ready to back out. They probably check with their sniper, so they are aware of the crits.
Yeah, and Phil, he's about to get crits here, and he's spotted the medic.
Wow, barely missed it.
Oh, so, or maybe Vanny just popped it in time. One of the two, Phil.
Wow, this might actually be a choke. I'm not sure. 20 seconds left. This is very possible. No medic, no demo, no heavy. 15 seconds left. They're gonna have second, and they have to push last now. It's 6 versus 3 players.
Gonna take it in the water though. Having a no Potato.
They get the spawners in time. No, that's not a clutch. This is gonna be a golden cap.
Yeah, I don't know. Potato, I don't know. Like, he hit some nice shots, and Sentry beat that one in the water. Like, if you can get a pyro onto the point and just air blast people away, you're in a very good position. And Potato denied that, but that was, Denmark almost throwing the round there by losing the mid so badly. So, bad news for Denmark is that they're going to have to win another mid here if they want to have a good chance of taking this. But, they did make a bit of a comeback. So, this is anyone's game, and it's very close.
I'm actually surprised Sweden didn't take the chance faster to push there. Like, Denmark had 3 players up, while Sweden had 6 players. If they would have pushed faster, maybe they could have at least had cap time onto it. Like, sure, Ascendry lost it 1v1 in water, but that shouldn't make the difference when it's a 6v3 situation. Indeed.
I have some information that I will not share with the viewers, if that would make things less interesting. But there, here we go. Like, what could Denmark do to win these mid? Like, we've seen them kind of stay on the low ground, and we've also seen them take their own side, and both of those things have just not been working out. So, what could they do to improve?
The low ground mid almost worked when they were running crit streak because they could have repushed, but they lost too many players who went aggressive and didn't do that low ground middle, so they need to be all on the same page. Either everyone be on this low ground middle, or don't do it at all. Because right now, it hasn't worked out. Like, it has worked out once when Cake went huge. That's all, like, that's when it happened, but never ever did it work out otherwise. So they have to change something up. Either send everyone through choke, or instantly go right side. Just pressure the demo so he can't spam that corridor with Scout Soldier. But I like to see them like do that low ground middle again, but this time no one die and just get that crit streak ready. Seeing that's gonna be actually interesting. Will Denmark run that crit streak to middle, or will they just do the safe Uber versus Uber?
Yeah, it could be that they feel like now that the cat is out of the hat and like they have now seen the strat, so maybe they won't do it. You know, but we'll see. You know, maybe they don't feel like they can do it well. Maybe they just feel like, yeah, this is a good strat. We just executed it poorly, and we can do this better. And then they just do it right. Yeah, it's the second time. I say these guys, they're struggling to get the the config working. I don't know. Don't you just remove two like factors and
I'm not sure. They were talking about that there's a time limit on this. I have no clue if there's actually a time limit. Normally there isn't, and you just play first to one, obviously, in this golden cap. But maybe they added the rule because they didn't want hour-long golden caps onto a 5 CP in Highlander map.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been reading the rules. I must be must be honest. I haven't really been paying a whole lot of attention to this tournament. I'm mainly here for the Denmark versus Sweden rivalry. Maybe.
What Denmark also has to do is shut down Twisted. He has so much space on every middle and can just shoot down every enemy gamer that even comes close to his sideline. And we're starting the golden cap.
Alright, they figured it out. Good on them. As Denmark, they're gonna have
crits on Denmark.
Alright, they are doing it again. It's very interesting. We'll see if they just decide to stay down in Victor, if they mix it up, or if they just actually they're gonna send it for last very quickly and takes down Flower. That's one way to deal with a sniper. Good job.
Oh wow, everything is going into their favor right now. Thelash instantly picking up the demo man and Cake picking the enemy sniper. Sweden realizes that they have no chance on this mill and instantly backs out of it. So I'm curious, will they actually hold close? This might be risky. Are they aware of that there's a crits? Phil is seeing the medic and he's hitting the crit sticky and gets Vanny down. What a great play. This is actually collapsing for Sweden right now. They already have second and 15-second respawn for the Pyro and still 3 seconds until actually the medic spawns.
Yeah, that was like Øresund just collapsing right there. It's completely demolished by Denmark. Just at every turn, Denmark has just outplayed them in this final round. They even take down the spy here or catch him out. But Denmark, you know, now obviously the crit streak has been exposed, and so setting up against a crit streak is pretty good. And in Highlander, you have a lot of classes that are very good at actually denying crit streak.
You have the little free send through, which doesn't get crit damage, obviously, so that's gonna deny a lot. And you have a lot of targets which can go aggressive and pressure the person that has the crits on and might even instantly die. But they're gonna go from river, send 2 people water, they're gonna pressure the point, and then Dr. Phil will crits the point. But the Ascender is aware of it, it already stands on the point.
Yeah, the crits comes out of Phil. Oh my god, that actually hit a lot by Dr. Phil. This crit streak has worked, and now they're just sending players onto the point here. The Phil still doing damage, misses his pipes though. But I think this could be it. Yeah, Denmark, they're gonna take this. Denmark winner. It's great.
Great execution by Denmark, finally realizing how to play with this crit streak. But obviously also a big misplay by Sweden, still holding close to the choke, even though they should be aware that there's a crit streak, because Kazul can just check the minigun at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, I don't know if he didn't check it, or if they just didn't expect it to come in that early. But, you know, especially when you've seen Denmark actually use crit streak to mid before, you should definitely check it. It would be a huge blunder not to. But yeah, that will be Denmark winning 5-1 in points. And it was actually already decided that Denmark would take the second seed after this. Like when it went into golden cap, because Denmark won the first map. You know, I didn't want to ruin the tension by mentioning that. But yeah, Denmark, they do also win it just for good measure to show that they are the best team.
Yeah, that was a really intense match. Both maps were closer, were very close, and especially Gullywash with that golden cap. So at the end, Sweden just collapsed in that golden cap, playing way too aggressive into that crit streak, and Phil obviously hitting that amazing sticky onto the Vanny.
Yeah, he also got the demo man with the same crit sticky. So it was really beautiful. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I actually have my mom calling. All right, so do you want to talk for a bit, because I have
sure. I think Denmark developed over this way better. They realized the mistakes faster and instantly got out of the mistakes. So I actually got Seal joining me and Toast. Hello. Denmark and Sweden, obviously. So how are you guys feeling after this intense close match?
We've been disappointed.
Exhausted. It's a lot of Highlander in 2 hours.
So Seal, what do you think went wrong on Viaduct? Was it something specific, or was it just overall the whole team playing worse than expected?
Well, we didn't have the original lineup we thought we would have today, and our warm-ups didn't go as well. I don't know. I think just Denmark played better on product.
What I've realized on Product was a lot of your Uber pushes against crit streak failed a lot, and you didn't achieve anything with the Uber. You just popped the Uber from the cliff, tried to chase them onto their cliff, getting the medic or getting any picks, and then you either frog leaped, got the point, and instantly got repushed with the crit streak, or you didn't get the point at all even.
Yeah. I think that's the issue when you have different combos every week and you can't get and we miss both our main colors. No one in combo really wants to take initiative with the pushes, so then I or someone else, you say well, just take your scout and demon just with Uber against the crits. If they're behind the point, just kill them because they're not invulnerable. But then there's miscoms and slow reactions when the flank classes has to main call for a push.
Yeah, makes obviously sense. So Post. Well, what do you think changed over the rounds, making the comeback on both maps?
I think we just got our shit together on we came out we were kind of slowed down in the first rounds, then we just got our shit together in the next rounds, kind of thing.
Yeah, great execution. I would have liked to seen you switch your middles more often on Gully Wash. The middle was always the same, and obviously it worked out in the golden cap with that middle and the crit streak. Felash instantly getting the demo man and Cake out sniping twisted onto that very important middle. So what would interest me, what was the call after you lost that middle, Seal, that you guys should be holding close? Were you not aware that they were running crits?
No, we knew they were running crits. That's why as soon as we lost Twisted and Flower, everyone said get out, just run out. Then there was a spy behind a rock and 4 people turned around and then crit sticky. So
okay,
right.
I am back. Sorry about that, but yeah, you ran crit streak a lot on Viaduct 2 Toast. Was that do you always do that, or were you just were you just trying to inflate Phil's ego by giving him high TPM?
No, we have trust in Phil, so we run crits pretty much the whole time. Yeah, and it seems to work. Yeah.
Yeah, and it also worked out in your favor.
Yeah, you did still lose the first round there, of course. And have you used Uber at all, or were you just all in on the crit streak?
Pretty much all in on the crit streak, to be honest.
Yeah,
Uber's never really
worked. You guys
worked.
only had crit streak, yeah.
Yeah, never in scrims it never really worked out, so we just stick with crits. Seems to
What
work
I've
out.
noticed a lot is you guys vanished the mistakes over the rounds. At the beginning, I noticed you were holding a lot behind the point and got jumped by Seal and obviously Flower and got picked off. The medic died a lot, and when you had crits, you were still holding aggressive against the enemy Uber and Sinitra. Is that how I pronounce the name properly? I don't even know anymore.
Me neither.
Sintu?
Cynthia, I guess. Go with that.
She was holding close as well, and then he got picked off as well. But after like the first and second round, she was holding really far back and never got picked off when the Uber actually came in from Sweden, which was really well played. And obviously Yippee also doing a lot of work in that regard.
Yeah, it was just adjusting after we got fucked on the first round.
So what were the calls on middle? Was your plan to just stand on the low ground every time and play with Cake, or do you guys have other intention and just thought, oh, this wasn't working, let's just keep doing this until it works eventually?
Well, it's pretty much wait for the crits and then let Phil pound. That was pretty much the thing. And then we just try to hold people locked down for as long as possible. So that's pretty much it. So I think, honestly, I think Sweden would have rolled us, I think, if they had their usual lineup. So I was pretty surprised that we actually pulled this off. Like if they had Ali and Onkaya, I think it would be polar opposites.
All right. Yeah. So speaking of that, like it seems to have been a very even, like high seed group that we've had. I think England lost to Germany on product, so obviously there's still a small chance that Denmark gets the first seed now. If England also loses the other one, getting 0 points in the last match here. So that definitely leads me to believe that it's a very close group. So how do you feel, Toast? First, that you're what are your chances to actually winning the whole tournament, and how close are you to the other teams?
I think if we're gonna win, it's because Sweden doesn't have their full lineup on the right date, and I think we're gonna do the Denmark strat and come either fail beef in the semifinals or the quarterfinals. I think that's how it's gonna pan out, and then Sweden is gonna win if they get their shit together in terms of rosters and whatnot. And if they don't, it's gonna be England.
All right. Seal, do you share Toast optimism for you guys? Like, do you feel you can take this? You've not been all that impressive in this first group here.
Yeah, I think if we can get our main lineup, we should beat everyone. But it hasn't happened yet, so maybe I'm just talking out of my ass.
Haven't had full lineup yet, though. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like in this initial group. Like, how seriously have you taken this initial group here? Because it's obviously the only seeds that's on the line. Like how much do you think it matters? And did you like playing in this group instead of being paired up with a bunch of scrub teams?
I don't know. I think with our weak lineups in the first weeks suits us, but then I think with this lineup we have today, we will still gotten out of group stages in any other group.
Yeah. Yeah,
it doesn't matter that much, just a little less pressure.
Yeah, but yeah, it's basically better games, but with less pressure. Right, but I mean, I think we can all agree that all the top 4 teams here in this group would have moved on to the next round.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't matter in what group they would have been. Like, I don't think there's one group where they would have lost to 2 teams of the weak Nation Cup teams.
Yeah. So who's the underdog? Like, who's the dark horse Highlander team or nation that wasn't in this invite group that you guys are kind of afraid of? There has to be someone, right?
That'd be the US, I think. They have some crazy players, and like, I mean, I don't know how I think they did quite well in the group stages. Yeah, I think they could definitely beat Denmark and England and Germany. But I don't know about Sweden though. Like, I've only looked at their roster and it looks pretty good, but I'm not sure.
Russia scares me. Russia always scares me.
They almost lost to
Spain.
On wrong day, they can beat anyone.
They almost lost to Spain though.
I mean, they're not consistent, but they can.
I don't think Russia is actually that strong this year. They're missing a lot of their star players, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, yeah, sure. But it's the Russian mentality.
Boy.
Yeah, they might have been saving it like you guys have. They've just been kind of cruising early on, and now they're just going to get all the big stars. Like you just put them in gulags or something, and now they're bringing them back for the big games.
That might be it.
Yeah, seems legit. But yeah, let's begin to wrap this up before we say mean things about other nations. I've said enough bad things about Sweden to last a lifetime in this cast. So why don't you take the first shout-outs, Seal?
Shout out to Team Sweden and Useless and Flower to come in today. And shout out to you guys, Gossing.
Yeah, Toast?
Shout out to Team Denmark, my boys, Cake and Fizz, and then you guys for casting it. TY.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you, Raptor, for casting me tonight.
Thank you for carrying me in casting.
I hope I wasn't too... I hope I didn't scare you away with my rapid nationalism. It's fine. When Europeans go nationalistic, it always ends well, right? Yeah, that works. All right, and of course, thank you to Cronk for doing the production. I think he was just thrown into it. I can relate. I've recently been in the same situation. There's a lot of things you need to keep track of. So, things will only get better with time. And he did a great job producing for the first time. He was taught how to do this an hour ago or something. I think I asked, are you ready to do this? You were like, yeah. We have half an hour to get him ready. It'll be fine. I was half an hour is nothing. So,
yeah, learning this in half an hour is impressive.
Yeah, so that will be it from here. Thanks to V2 for setting all this up.
Shout out to Sandblast.
Indeed. All right, but I think that'll be it. There's going to be a lot more Highlander action going on in this Nations Cup, and I think the groups are just about over. So knockouts will be coming up soon, and that's where it gets really juicy and fun. So stick around for that. But until then, have a good night and goodbye.